To me, the thing that's really profound is that you and I grew up in a world where media was something created by others and then presented to us in some sort of broadcast fashion. And it seems to me that sometime in the last 5 years, a whole behavioral change took place. And people once again are returning to the notion that it's more fun and entertaining to create media than it is just to consume it. There's nothing wrong with consuming it, mind you, but they're taking some measurable portion of the time previously spent consuming media created by others and now spend it doing their own. And my sense is it started with digital photography, but now you see it everywhere. I mean, I asked one of the guys at MySpace, they have 7 million bands on MySpace, and you can do the math. I don't think there is any way that more than 1 million of them have ever given a live performance. And so you say, well, what about the rest of them? Well, the answer is really clear, which is that the tools required to make recorded music and music videos, those tools are available to anyone. They're really easy to use. And I know this from my own experience. The act of creating music, recording it, and mixing it, preparing it for distribution, there's almost no greater joy one can have as a musician than going through that process. And so it doesn't surprise me in the slightest that there are 6 million bands for whom that is the objective. It's not to be, maybe they have some dream that somebody will discover them and they'll become famous. But I sense that for the vast majority of them, it is enough just to go through the exercise of performing, recording, mixing, preparing, and then posting it on MySpace. And to me, that's a wonderful, wonderful change. We started Moon Alice, and we picked the name because poster artists, we worked with poster artists for years, and they thought that the name just had fantastic imaging associated with it, and so we could build art into the theme from the beginning. And then this notion of the legend, this idea that Moon Alice was an ancient native tribe that was everywhere, and that wherever we go, we discover pieces of legend from the local community, and we share it at each show. And then, before we even put out an album, we put out a book. And it's a book of all the posters from the first year and all the legends and set lists. And, we're blessed by having this incredible art. You talk to famous musicians, what do they tell you? Oh, I remember the days in the clubs. That was the best time. Well, they all stopped doing that, right? Well, we've decided to make a virtue of necessity. We're starting from scratch. We put up all the live shows are up on the web. People can listen to it all. The posters are all on the web. But people want to buy stuff. So now when we're on the shows, we record every show and we video every show. And so we typically sell the prior 10 shows each night. Not that night, because it takes about 2 weeks to get it done. But people buy tons of them. Now they're going to get to buy the book, and now they want to buy the posters, and so we'll do that also. We're not even going to bother with physical distribution. We had one guy who said, look, this band is really good. This is a T-Bone Burnett album. I can give you a sell-in of 23,000 units on the first day, which is better than the Grateful Dead could do today. And then we realized, what a complete waste of time. 2/3 of those will come back, because nobody buys CDs in retail distribution anymore. So we're just going to blow it off. And, why waste a couple $100,000 trying to make that happen? Instead, what we'll do is we'll be at Amazon, we'll be on our website, everybody can find those, and we'll have them at the shows. And if somebody else cares enough to want to sell our things, they can just contact us. But we're not going to push it on anybody.